Hello, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster. Final Fantasy II. It's a very weird game by the standards of the Final Fantasy franchise, which I will get into as we go along. The game was originally released at the in Japan on the Famicom at end of 1988, December 1988. It was released in North America in 2003 for the PlayStation. So, just a little bit of a delay there. Just a little bit. Basically it didn't get a North American release at the time. There were plans for a North American release. And work had begun on an English translation, on a localization of it. But by that point, they were already getting ready for to start making games for the Super Nintendo. So they just decided that ultimately it wasn't worthwhile to do the localization of Final Fantasy II. And yeah, it wouldn't be until 2003 that Final Fantasy Origins would be released on the PlayStation, which I believe combined 1 and 2. And then 2004, there was Game Boy Advance, Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, which was a fairly major release. I will say, Final Fantasy II Dawn of Souls actually added basically an entirely new post-game story. I'll talk more about that once I finish this actual game. But yeah, for Final Fantasy Dawn of Souls, they added an entirely separate adventure. Anyway, it got a bunch of other re-releases as well. And then, 2021, they did the Pixel Remaster. So, developed, once again, the director was Hironobu Sakaguchi again. Kenji Terada is back as one of the writers. Akitoshi Kawazu and Koichi Ishii back as two of the designers. Hiromichi Tanaka as another designer on there as well. Composed, once again, by Nobuo Uematsu. And concept art by Yoshitaka Amano. So a lot of the team from the original game did come back for this. And once again, the programmer was Nasir Gamelli. So on an interesting note, he actually midway through the development of the game, his work visa expired, so he had to leave Japan and return to California, and he finished up the programming there with his team. So Yeah, so there's sort of less random trivia to get into about this game compared to the first game. Still plenty of trivia to get out throughout the game. As I mentioned, this is very much a weird game. It was very experimental uh, for its time. They did a lot that was very new to the franchise. They did a few things that the franchise kind of really hasn't done since then. It was hugely experimental. Some aspects of it, some of the experiments didn't work. Um, Unfortunately, others did. A lot of Final Fantasy staples were introduced in this game. I will, talk about those as they come up. So it's an introduction of a lot of things that were common to the franchise that became huge elements of the franchise, and a couple elements that got dropped immediately. That this is like the only game where a couple of things where it's the only game in the franchise that tried it, which it happens. So since there is so much less to talk about in terms of setup compared to the original, because the original game was, this is the first in the franchise. There was a lot of interesting things to know about it before you even get into the game. This one, less to know before getting in. So let's just get in. As always, you got the classic font style. I prefer to keep the regular. I like it. One second here. Haven't played any of this, so I haven't even gone into the bestiary yet. Alright, and that sort of spoiled a few things in there just by glancing at that gallery. But spoiling only very minor things. So yeah, characters. This time, their names actually do matter. We got an actual girl in the party this time. So these are their canon names: Furion, Maria, Guy, and Leon. Side note, Leon. That's because of character limits. The Japanese name translates sort of to, they were like the original Japanese name they gave him. There's a few different ways of translating it, but Leon Hart was sort of the intention. Similar to Lionheart, which is something that's he's often, or it is sometimes, he is sometimes called Lionheart in some translations, but Leonheart, or as they went with, just Leon. So, And you can see, you don't get to pick their classes. That is something I will talk about once we start getting into combat and leveling. Sort of. For now, yeah, let's go with the default names. Firion, Maria, Guy, and Leon. I'll mention, because this is Pixel Remaster, it doesn't feature the awesome cutscene that opens the game in the remakes. Because there's like a really, really cool animated cutscene in the remakes of this. A long-lived peace. Yeah, seems like it's at an end. Oof. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth and has begun his campaign for world conquest. Wow, it got a rebel army arose in the kingdom of Finn to thwart the Emperor's plans. This is really fast. But the rebels cast and fell into an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote town of Altair. Four youths from Finn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They had lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape wasn't over. So yeah, the remakes had a really epic cutscene of these four fleeing Finn. It's honestly really badass. But no items, obviously. Don't know any magic yet. So, 4 knights on horseback. Black Knight. 4 on 4, but let's see. Oof. Oh, hey, and no damage. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a fight you can win. Will he live? He will. I sense a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. We found them like this on the escape from Finn, fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. This sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest. Of course. We'd best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Baths, their attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. Where am I? Leon! Maria! Guy! Where are you? Well, there's two of three. Varian, you're alive! I thought I thought you'd... I'm fine, Maria. You seem alright too, Guy. But wait, where's Leon? Princess of Finn save us. But Leon not here. I see. Don't worry. I'm sure he's okay. So you've regained your strength? Very good. Your life force is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, Your Highness, but there is something I must ask you. Please let us to join the rebel army. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes. Not anymore. The Imperials attacked on our parents. Our parents. I am truly sorry, but that changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. Wild Rose. You see it highlighted. So this is the first... This is one of the new systems they introduced that was immediately dropped. Keywords. This is, I think, the only mainline Final Fantasy game that uses keywords like this. Where, like, you learn certain words, and then you can use those words in other conversations to pick up, to learn other things. And it's the kind of thing that is more common, albeit much modified, in more, like, investigative games, or, you know, dialogue-driven games where you're able to... Because one thing is, the Final Fantasy games, they tend to have, like, set plots, and more important, set characters. With the Final Fantasy games, you're not really doing... You're following the story that has been laid out, and the characters who are laid out. So you're not really shaping who the characters themselves are in Final Fantasy games. They have set personalities, set characters, and that generally means, as well, very much set dialogue. So, keywords are more common in games where you get to shape the character's character. So, to use an example from something I've played on here, Mass Effect. It doesn't have keywords per se, but you can learn things, you know, you can investigate, learn new things, and sometimes you'll be able to use things that you learn in one conversation or another. Not often in, doesn't happen very often in Mass Effect. Life is Strange games, you know, especially the original Life is Strange, where you can learn something and then rewind in order to bring it up again. Those kinds of games will use similar systems to this, though much, much, much modified. Final Fantasy doesn't really bother. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. It represents our hope for a flourishing future of strength and beauty. But what will become of Finn now? I've heard that the Empire's captives suffer there in confinement, even as we speak. Maria, your brother Leon is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous to travel now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man at my right is Min, the white wizard who tended to your wounds. I never learned the pronunciation of things. Give me a second. Alright, so yeah, it looks like probably Minwoo. I wasn't sure if it's like Minwoo, Minwoo. Wasn't sure if there's pronunciation, but yeah, it looks like probably Minwoo. It's also sometimes Mingwoo. And in the original, when it was first translated into the US for the Final Fantasy Origins, it was translated as Mindu. On a side note, Ming translates to enlightenment, Min translates to clever or sharp, while Wu means shaman. So, clever shaman would be sort of what his name means. Anyway, the man at my right is Minwoo, the white wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. That feels a bit better. Default speed, run. Sorry if the volume was a little bit loud there. Graphics play, keep same. Bestiary! We got nothing. 128 total. And same as in the original, boost. A little bit different here. Because this is all stuff that we will talk about later. Yes, here's something interesting. This is also the first game to introduce formations. Or not specifically formations, but lines. So, front line, back line. Right now, Maria is in the back line. Guy and Furion are both in the front line. What this does, it just affects damage. So, being in the back line, people in the back line take less damage, but also deal less damage. Mostly, anyway. With most weapons. I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Finn. That is the first step towards realizing your fate. Hehe, you've wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Finn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Finn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. port of Balloon lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us, so you won't be able to reach the town without a canoe.
Heading to Finn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Gatria. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice they can spare.
Rude? This is the Rebel Army's war room. I was gonna say the music was oddly ominous, but no, it's very nice and peaceful, actually. Chests? Sure. Gold, items, monsters, types of monsters, vulnerable to certain types of attacks, undead weak against fire, aquatic weak against lightning, monsters that absorb particular elemental attacks, so that was introduced in this series, or in this game. Casting fire on a monster made of flame will heal it instead of doing damage. Also, you can damage zombies and other undead with restorative magic like Cure and items like Garlic. Spells that steal HP or MP, such as Stranded Osmos, they can hurt you instead. So, yeah, that is something different. Enemies absorbing damage rather than just being strong against it, resistant to it. Fleet? No. Oh, sure. Seven weapon categories: sword, spears, axes, staves, knives, bows, and unarmed. Some are one-handed, can be equipped along with shield. Equipped 2 one-handed weapons, one in each hand. Bow requires 2 free hands, but allows the character to attack with the same damaging force from the rear row of the formation. Unarmed, as powerful as any weapon. Equipping a shield gets an unarmed combat's attack power in half. It can be, unarmed combat can be very useful. Sure. So, attributes such as strength and magic will change according to the actions you take in battle. If a character attacks, his or her strength and weapon skill may improve. If a character uses magic, his or her spirit, intellect, and magic level may improve. 11 different attributes that can change. Yeah, let's go into HP. If a character loses HP during battle, his or her maximum HP will increase. Participating in lots of battles can also increase maximum HP. If a character's MP drops during battle, his or her maximum MP will rise. Attacking during battle will increase a character's strength. If a character loses HP, his or her stamina will improve. Using the white magic will increase the caster's spirit. Battling while your evasion is high will raise agility. Using black magic will increase the caster's intellect. If a character's MP drops during battle, his or her magic will rise. As strength rises, so will accuracy. Equipping better weapons will also improve accuracy. Being attacked by foes will raise evasion. Equipping a shield will also improve evasion. When foes cast spells on a character, his or her magic defense will rise. As you can see, it never hurts to try all manner of things about. So, you may notice that there's no level here. Fearing is not level 1. Since that guy just went over it, I will very, very briefly explain it again, and I'll explain more detail later. But yes, instead of leveling up the same way you do in 1, this game has a learn by doing approach instead. So, As you use things, you will improve them. There is a bit of a catch to that. A bit of an exploit, which I will get into later. Weapon skill levels, magic skill levels. Blah, blah, blah. Attacking with weapon improves weapon skill. Casting spell improves the corresponding magic skill. Types of armor. Equip 2 shields, one in each hand. This makes them empty-handed, however. Helms go on the head, gloves on the forearms, body armor on the body. Yep. Sure. Black and white magic, again. White support, healing and support. Black offensive spells. Characters learn both black and white magic spells in any combination they choose. Can only learn a maximum of 16 spells. Forgotten spells can be learned again, but their levels reset to 1. Since I don't have any spells for anybody yet, I can't really... Sure. Rear front or rear row. Characters in the front row can attack using any type of weapon. Characters in the rear do only half damage with attacking with anything except bows or magic, but they only receive half damage from enemy attacks. Particularly important word may come up. Ask, learn, and key items. Learn to commit the item turn to memory. Ask to ask about turns if you learn. So, all useful stuff to know. As I mentioned, a lot of it is stuff that, simply put, really doesn't come up very often in this franchise. This is the King's bedchamber. His Majesty was grievously wounded in the flight from Vin. He's been resting here for some time now. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter, Hilda, now serves as regent. You should speak with her. I already did. You're on the rebel hideout in the town of Voltaire. I don't know why, it's just that hat makes me want to give him that X. Golden, the Prince of Kashwan, is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Potion! Time to start stealing stuff.
Princess Hilda fled from here when Finn was sacked. He's doing a remarkable job of leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers.
So, yeah, the princess is, the princess is leading the rebellion. I wonder what that could be inspired by. Yeah, there's, the Square was, like, the developers of Final Fantasy were huge fans of Star Wars. So, a princess leading a rebellion? What does that remind you of? I'm Paul, greatest thief in all the world. They've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately. I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Finn too. Can't even go home now that the Empire's occupied the city. This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far out yet. I suppose it's only a matter of time, though. So I probably won't... Odds are good I probably won't actually get in a fight this episode. Welcome, please come in. 0 guild rest up and heal, nice. But I am full on health, so no need there. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashwan. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother, Scott, fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So, you've asked to take up arms and struggle? I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Potions, high drops, antidotes. Cross removes curses. Mallet cures amnesia. Main's Kiss cures the toad status. Cures gold needles. So, 3 new status effects. Toad, amnesia, and curses. Then KO'd ally. I think this might be the game that introduced the Phoenix Down. Ether, Cottage, Elixir. While I'm here, I may as well show MP. So, this game did switch from the charge system of the original to the MP system that is pretty much the bread and butter and fantasy of the RPG genre. Cast any spell you want as long as you have the magic power. That's all draw. All your spells are drawing from the same. Bull is a skilled thief, but don't worry, you can trust him. He only steals from the Imperials. Nothing happens. Fine then, I didn't want your blessing or whatever anyway. Tobal, the fellow over in that weapons shop, is one fine blacksmith. I think something's been bothering him lately. I gave him way too deep a voice, because I think that might be a kid. What could you want with me? I'm just an old man. The Geezer Act is just a cover. My name's Tobal, and I'm the best darn blacksmith in the Rebel Army. Cute. Let's see. Wait, what? Hold on, just want to double check what everyone's got equipped with. Huh. Alright. So he's got a broadsword already, she's got a bow, he's got an axe. First things first, I'm gonna actually look for the, where is, here we go. Want to make sure everyone's got good defense. Yes, and yes. That might actually be worth doing. Her health is low, but the truth is, the bow, not very good. Get at least one cure tome for now. So they do all start off with different yeah, they do all start off different amounts of each point. So she has low strength, so she has lower strength but higher intellect. Guy is more hit things hard. Spirit and intellect are equal to Fury, but low agility, low magic. Therian is the best jack of all trades character. I think for now I will give Therian the Cure Tome. Have him learn Cure. He is actually a pretty good choice for healer. And can't look in that film. I would like to show one fight before we end the episode, so Here we go. Hornets. Going to do something with Ooh. Oh, and he's poisoned. There we go. So, yeah, so not much gain for anybody. We did get the pretty decent amount leveling up. And guy is no longer poisoned. Alright. So, yay, we did a fight. What's my magic? 125? So I'll probably end up so yeah, I am going to do some off-screen grinding, I imagine. And yeah, so you see, he used gear, so got a little bit of experience in it. General here, got a little bit of sword experience, a little bit of shield experience. Same with her. And he got a little bit of axe experience. So, off camera, I will do a little bit of grinding. And, wow, just showing off an airship right off the bat, just flopping around, flapping around. Okay. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of off-screen grinding, and when we come back, I will show why this leveling system did not stick around very long. Before I go, one thing I do want to mention. That opening fight. Obviously you're scripted to lose. If you use cheats to win that fight. Some versions basically just carry on as though you lost. You don't actually get anything. Other versions just send you back to the title screen, which is by far the funnier option. Yeah, just like, oh, you're gonna cheat? Well, no, you're not going to. Then you're not going to play the game. Anyway, so next time I will show why the leveling system did not stick around for long, and we will do some exploring. We will actually start playing the game. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.